What it do, Candy Crew? It's your boy Evan.
And it's your girl Charlie.
And this is Laugh Out Loud with CME.
And we're back again with another reaction video.
Back again.
This one is top 10 insane courtroom freakouts after sentencing. I picked this one because I just love, like, you know, like I explained in the last one, I just love, like, sentences and, like, crime and investigation and stuff like that. So it just fell in the category, so that's why I want to react to it.
I like to see niggas get their life thrown away.
Well, it depends on what the crime was.
Maybe. Is you ready to get into it?
Mm-hmm.
Let's get into it.
You don't need to be laying no mental hospital.
I remember this one.
You need to go to prison, man. Come on, Trey.
What was that? If anyone is confused, I'm pretty sure this video is the family freaking out about what the person did to whatever happened. So the family is freaking out against the person being locked up or whatever like that.
I would too, man. I'm on their ass.
Okay, wow, I wouldn't want to be in any of those situations. The judge in the last clip looked like he was fearing for his life. You just never know what these convicts are capable of. Sometimes these convicts are very upset at the judge for their sentencing. They feel like the judge is the reason why that they're going to jail for like 30 years. They don't themselves feel responsible for why they are going to prison or why they're getting the sentencing. Well, sometimes family members in court are the ones that freak out because they are just so angry listening to the court case or just angry being in the same room as the murderer.
I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry. Whatever happened to you, I pray for your family.
Cause why he's Superman
that
over
man
that table?
Superman. Hey,
he got some hops.
When you mad,
Superman over the whole table.
When you mad, you do anything. He leapt. That boy said.
So let's not waste any time here. This is the top 10 insane courtroom outbursts after sentencing. Things are about to get pretty crazy around here, and if you guys missed our brand new series called The Prison Life Of, you guys can click right over here. It's a completely different type of video that we've ever done on this channel for the first time in like 4 years. So make sure you guys go check it out. Alright, let's get into this one. Number 10. So that was actually the father of 3 victims who was sexually assaulted by Larry Nassar. Larry Nassar, I know the name probably sounds very familiar to you guys, but he was the USA gymnastics doctor who sexually assaulted more than 150 women. He was sentenced to 175 years in prison.
My page only goes to 100 years. Sir, I'm giving you 175 years.
Hey, man, you know what?
In court,
Bro, people be creeps out there and all that, murderers and all that. But just say, I know life is 25 years, but just say you ain't never getting out. I feel like they don't need a number. Cause like, just say, I feel like you should just say I'm gonna die in there. Don't give me 300 years, 400 years, none of that. Just say, bro, just say that's your new home forever until you die. But I think
legally you need a number. Like, how long is this person gonna be in there?
But I guess if you say life, I think you can get away. Like, if you die and I come back, I think that's why they do that. But what if they, like, give somebody double life?
If you die and come back.
Because technically, if you die, you serve those earned. You die, you come back. Because you were pronounced dead, but if you come back.
I don't think that they really, like, will be like, oh, he did something. He died.
It's a good case. Like, that's a good thing. A defense
attorney would really, like, that's a stretch.
You could try it.
If they was to try to be like, he technically did serve and he died. Like, and go through a whole trial all over again.
Hey.
That would be wild. I wonder if anyone has ever tried it.
I think somebody has before.
Father just couldn't stand Larry Nassar, so he wanted to hurt him himself. So he actually appeared in court, and then he asked the judge this:
To grant me 5 minutes and allow
I remember this.
demon.
He was for
Of course.
Hey, he was for real too.
The 2 girls, they were both in his gymnastics, whatever. if he didn't touch both of them, it was like one of them.
He wanted to catch that fade.
The judge said no, but this father did what he wanted to do anyways. He was outraged. He was furious.
Can't do that. That's not how our legal system.
Well, what happened?
This father is so lucky he wasn't charged for this attack. In fact, nothing actually happened to this father at all. He was only given a warning.
Just for the record, you need to know that I could give you a jail sentence. I could fine you up to $7,500.
So let's move on to number 9. Now this one is different. There was an outburst in court, but this isn't what you guys think. A man approached the judge for a crime he committed, and as soon as he realized who the judge was, he had an outburst. He broke down in tears and he was crying.
Sorry to see you there. I always wondered what happened to you, sir.
You know how
Oh my goodness.
This is the nicest
Life
kid
taking
in
us
middle
to different
school.
paths.
Oh my goodness.
That was Judge Mindy
But
Glazer, who actually went
They met back up though. As he
I
got
know,
out.
yeah, he got out of jail. He's doing good or whatever, and they met back up.
to middle school with the convict, who was 49-year-old Arthur Booth, and the judge Mindy remembered him as this very, very nice kid. Well, as soon as he realized who Judge Mindy was, he started to break down and cry.
Mr. Booth, I hope you're able to change your ways. Good luck to you.
And I think she cut him a break too.
Number 8.
Man, my brother got 13 years old. Stop saying
It was an explosive and
So that was his sister freaking out when she found out that her brother Lance Dyer has just received an 11-year prison sentence for stealing a vehicle and leading police on a high-pursuit car chase. Lance was just 16 years old at the time, and he had a gun on him. When police got close to him, Lance bailed from his car, and he ran outside. He tried to get away from police officers, but he was also aiming the gun at a police officer. A police officer shot him in the hand, and he was quickly arrested. At number 7, we have Michael Thomas, who had a huge outburst in court. This man is so dangerous and is so unsteady. He had to appear in a courtroom where whoever attended the court hearing in the audience actually had to stand behind this glass wall. They couldn't be in the same room per se.
He that dangerous.
Police officers even had to calm down the friends and family members in the audience. People were so on the edge that more police officers had to be called in. I think at one point there was over 20 officers in one room trying to handle the situation. Michael Thomas ended up being sentenced to 35 years in prison plus 10 years of extended supervision after he pleaded guilty to 2 charges of first-degree reckless homicide in the murder of Sharon Staples and her unborn child during a robbery that actually took place back in 2011. Moving into number 6.
He was upset.
There was 26-year-old Jalel Hoskins who lashed out at the judge by throwing his stand down, and he made a move towards the judge. I don't think that, threatening a judge is a good idea because your life is literally in their hands. So what are you thinking? Jalel pleaded guilty to second-degree murder and tampering with evidence. By pleading guilty, he has a chance at parole at some point in his life, but he was sentenced to 25 to 75 years, which is a huge range. Jalel's mother was also freaking out in courtroom right after the sentencing was announced. Alright, number 5, we have a judge who just...
Hold on, them type of cases, 25 to 75, so do you have to reappear from a judge and be okay, how long do I have to sit in jail until, I can apply for parole? That's a wide range. What if he says, no, you gotta stay the whole 75?
To apply for, so after the 25 years, maybe shorter, if he get good behavior, he gotta sit in front of somebody and they gonna ask him questions and all that, see if he can be paroled. If you're not, they gonna deny it. If you is, they gonna prove it. Simple as that.
That's a wide range.
Make sure you a good boy.
Can't handle this convict. What you're about to see is a convict who just won't stop talking, so the judge said that he is gonna have him gagged. But the convict continues to speak, and you guys won't believe what happens next.
I'm gonna gag you in 1 second, so just listen to me.
You're gonna have a bad day.
Oh, you're clear.
That was right.
Is this real life right now? I'm not even sure that this is allowed. This must violate this man's rights. I'm not trying to defend the convict here, but he was trying just to defend himself because he felt like he wasn't being heard. He was being accused of 4 armed robberies. Just to make light of the situation, there was actually a funny part in this video. At the end of the video, the judge starts talking again, saying that he will have his chance to speak, but it's not going to be now. And then all of a sudden, the convict, he was still able to talk. He was still able to speak, even though the tape was on his mouth. And it took like 10 police officers to put the tape on this man's mouth, but every single, they just did a horrible job.
Mr. Williams will have a chance to speak.
And I'll be monitoring everything I say.
Number 4.
He was just starting his dreadlock journey. He was just starting.
Why do you keep looking at people's dreams?
This next clip is a little bit hard to see, but what you're about to see is a judge who starts to freak out and he actually leaves his seat. It looks like the judge was about to fight this convict.
Stand up. You're going to jail for a year in the county. 365 days county jail.
You're not playing.
I mean, this is something you don't see every day. So after the judge walks away, the man starts to fight with the officer in the courtroom.
Put your hands behind your back.
Damn,
Put it down.
Moving into number 3, we have a murderer who tried to exercise his rights to stand up in court. I'm not sure if this is even a right to be able to, stand up in a courtroom, but police officers told this convicted murderer to sit down, but he wanted to stand up.
No, they don't understand what he's
So that guy was actually being convicted of the beheading death of a 19-year-old. I mean, that is just so sickening. I think not only this guy doesn't deserve to stand up in court, I think he deserves to just be, forgotten about in prison for the rest of his life. This next one is super hard to watch. At number 2, we are about to see a father who confronts his son's killer.
You don't need to be laying no mental hospital. He need to go to prison, man. He want to play crazy. He wasn't crazy when he killed my son, man.
This father was freaking out because the man who killed his son was trying to get leniency by pleading insanity, meaning he wasn't in, the right state of mind when he committed.
I know in the courtroom you're supposed to be quiet, but I feel like they should have like a couple seconds to express themselves.
They do. That's when the judge asks, does the victim's family have anything they like to say?
I ain't talking about all that. I'm talking about in the moment. I'm not talking about when you gather your thoughts. I'm talking about right off the top of your head.
Everything has to go accordingly.
I bet they do. I'm trying to express myself. I'm trying to go beat his ass.
The murder. So he'll be able to get a lesser of a sentence. He'll be able to serve his time in a mental institution. I feel for this father, and I would be freaking out as well. I couldn't contain myself in this situation. There's just no way.
His back was turned to you, man. He was trying to get away from you, and you murdered a man like that. You murdered a man like that. Why you doing like that?
When I first watched the clip, I had tears in my eyes. I just couldn't imagine what this father was going through. And finally, at number 1, we have a judge who freaked out.
You were relentless. You stabbed, you stabbed, you stabbed, you stabbed, you stabbed.
The judge was so angry because he was sentencing a woman who was convicted of killing her boyfriend. She showed no signs of remorse. At the end of the sentencing, the judge said,
She
did that shit off the.
She I sure did. And so, she about to go to jail. She about to beat Breeze up. Like, if you come in there mess with her, she will shank you. That's what she look like. Like, when we first go, you gotta show.
She already look like she been in there before. She got the mole, the 3 braids. She ready.
Dang.
She gonna whoop Brenda ass.
Hope you die in prison.
The family, I hope you die in prison as well.
Ooh.
If this was a death penalty state, you'd be getting the chair.
Well, there you guys have it. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I'll see you guys all in the next.
Boy was not playing with him.
And I bet she was just like, okay.
I hope you die in there.
Okay.
But he was not playing with him. Hey, man, you know what you have to do to piss a judge off?
He probably overturned the sentence, too. Because, when juries give a sentence, judges can really say,
oh, yeah,
well,
they do
no,
that.
I don't like that. I can give you longer if I want to.
But he said, I hope you die in there. Probably because, I know, I understand. I want to say that, but I can understand why he said it. But what did you think about it?
It was good. It was
video.
sad and good at the same time.
Hey, if anything happened to my friends and family, I would probably act out too. I'm like,
Why you gotta wish that on us?
I said if anything happened
Okay,
to
but
my
you
friend,
knew how to wish that on us.
I didn't wish it. I'm just saying, but I would need my time. I would have to catch the fade with the person.
But like, how would you do it? Like, you gotta hurt, like, creep up, like,
hey man,
secretively.
I'm hopping over that.
Man, he's Superman over that table.
I'm hopping over it.
I was complete anger.
With that being said, it's Evan.
And it's your girl Charlie. Make sure you subscribe, like, comment, share. Keep giving us some recommendations in the comments. Thank you so much for the feedback and the support. Bye, you all.
Thank you for laughing out loud with us. See you later, Candy Crew.